Cynthia.
And should she care to meet me over a drink, simply by way of thanking me, as it were?
Why, you fickle old bastard.
Are you suggesting? Well, it's coming on quite nicely, don't you think?
Oh, yes. Yes, a nice trichotomy of horses. One must reserve judgment, of course, for the confrontation, but I think it's pretty clear where we're headed.
Oh, yes, I agree. It's Magnus a mile off.
What's Magnus a mile off?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't be here, would we?
That made one say that it has a long, while at the same time avoiding a cloud. Having said that, I think it must be said, does this mean we're just go?
Well, it seems open and shut to me. Magnus is not who he pretends to be, and he's got his next victim marked out.
Does it, I repeat, declare its affiliations? There are moments, and I would not begrudge at this, when the play, if we can call it that, and I think on balance we can, aligns itself uncompromisingly on the side of life. Je suis, it seems to say, ergo sum. But is that enough? I think we are entitled to ask. For what in fact is this play concerned with? It is my belief that here we are concerned with what I referred to elsewhere as the nature of identity. I think we are entitled to ask, and here one is irresistibly reminded of Voltaire's cry, voila! I think we are entitled to ask, where is God? Who? God.
God!
I think we're entitled to ask.
The same, half an hour later. No, there was no one of that name here. Black or white, my lady? White, please. Black or white, miss?
Whites, please.
Black or white, major?
White, please.
Sugar, miss?
Yes, please.
Sugar, miss?
Yes, please.
Sugar, major?
Yes, please.
Biscuit, my lady?
No, thank you.
The second half, however, fails to fulfill the promise.
If you ask me, there's something funny going on.
We interrupt our program for a special police message. The search for the dangerous madman who's on the loose in Essex has now narrowed to the immediate vicinity of Muldoon Manor. Police are hampered by the deadly swamps and the fog, but believe the madman spent last night in a deserted cottage on the cliffs. The public is advised to stick together and make sure none of their number is missing. That is the end of the police message.
Where's Simon? Who? Simon. Have you seen him?
No.
Agnes?
No.
Oh.
Yes. There's something foreboding in the air. It's almost as if one of us...
Oh, Felicity, the house is locked up tight. No one can get in. Besides, the police are practically at the doorstep.
I know. It's just a feeling.
Oh, it's only the fog.
Hound will never get through on a day like this. Fog!
He means the inspector.
Is he bringing a dog?
Not that I know of.
Never get through the swamps. Yes, I'm afraid the madman can show his hand in safety now.
What's that? It sounded like the cry of a gigantic hound.
Poor devil!
There it is again!
It's coming this way. It's right outside the house.
Inspector Hound.
A police dog?
Lady Muldoon?
Yes?
Goodness. I came as soon as I could. Where should I put my foghorn and my swamp boots?
Mrs. Drudge will take them out.
Be prepared as a force's motto as it, Inspector. It takes more than a bit of weather to keep a policeman from his duty.
Inspector Hound. Felicity Cunningham, Major Magnus Muldoon.
Good evening.
Well, sorry. No, go on.
Well, thank you. Well, tell me about it in your own words. Take your time, begin at the beginning, and don't leave anything out.
I beg your pardon?
Fear not, you are in safe hands now. I hope you haven't touched anything.
I don't think I understand.
I'm Inspector Hound.
Yes.
Well, what's it all about?
I really had no idea.
How did it begin?
What?
The thing.
What thing?
The trouble.
There hasn't been any trouble.
Didn't you phone the police?
No!
I didn't. What for? I see. This puts me in a very difficult position. Well, I'll be getting along then.
I'm terribly sorry.
That's perfectly all right.
Thank you so much for coming.
Not at all. You never know, there might have been a serious matter.
Drink?
More serious than that even.
Drink before you go.
Oh, no thank you.
I do hope you find him.
Find who, madam? Out with it!
Lunatic.
And what do you know about that?
It was on the radio.
Was it indeed? Well, that's what I'm here about, really. I didn't want to mention it because I didn't know how much you knew. No point in causing unnecessary panic, even with a murder on our midst. Murder? So was that not on the radio then?
Who has he murdered, Inspector?
Perhaps no one. Yes, let's hope we are in time.
I believe he's in our midst, Inspector.
I do. If any of you have seen a youngish, good-looking fellow in a smart suit, white shirt, hatless, well-spoken, someone possibly claiming to have just moved into the neighborhood, someone who on the surface looks as sane as you or I, now is the time to speak.
Inspector!
Don't interrupt.
But I think very well.
No, Felicity.
Please, Lady Cynthia, we are all in this together. I ask you to put yourself completely in my hands.
Don't, Inspector.
I love Albert.
I don't think you quite grasp my meaning.